Welcome to the 10th and the last episode of the eOffice file learning series. In this lesson, we are covering how to register digital signature certificates, how to transfer files from one seat to another seat by the administrator, how to maintain address book, and how to maintain groups in address book, how to set preferences related to alerts, view of correspondences, and inbox view, how to rearrange dealing seats. That means how to transfer a subject from one seat to another seat, how to create and maintain a user groups for sending the receipts or files, how to create and manage user-defined quick notings. These are the subjects that we will be covering here. Now we have logged into an eOffice user. Here on the left side menu, we can see an item called DSC. If you click open that, you can see registration under that. If we want to register a new digital signature certificate, first you need to plug the USB token into the computer and get the driver installed. In that case, when you click the signing certificate, you will see an entry here. So the details of that certificate will be shown here. Then you need to choose that DSC and then click on register. Then you will have to give the PIN of the DSC also. On clicking the registration button, the activated certificate and deactivated certificates will be shown here. In order to deactivate and activate this DSC, under the action column, you can see a button. Now let us see how to move files or receipts from one seat to another seat by the administrator. For that we need to take the option settings. If the logged-in user is with the administrator privilege, then a transfer option will be available under settings. After clicking transfer, you will get a screen like this. Here in the first row, you need to choose the department from, section from, and seat from. Here in the transfer column, you will have to choose whether a file has to be moved or a receipt has to be moved. In the below portion, there is department to, section to, and transfer to. Here you need to choose the department, section, and the name of the dealing hand, to whom these are to be transferred. After that, you need to click search button, then all the files that are available in the transfer from user will be shown. Then you need to choose one or more files that are to be transferred, and then you need to click the transfer button. Apart from that, if you click share sent items, then these items will be shown to the transfer from user. Let us see how it will be shown. Here we can see it under File, Sent. We can see one option, Show Shared Sent. In this section, those files will be shown. After the administrator pressing the transfer button, one confirmation page will be pop up. Here there is an option, Upload Transfer Document. That means, there may be an office order to transfer these many files from one user to another. So, that office order you need to upload here. After that you have to give remarks, and then click the button OK. Then these files will be transferred. Now let us see how to maintain the address book. So there is a settings menu on the left side. Below that there is an option called address book. Now it is showing all the addresses that are available in the address book. If you want to add a new contact, Add Contact button is there. Then you need to give the details on the right hand side. Here we can see, Add to Self or Section. If you have privileges, you will be getting Department and Instance option also. That means, if you choose Self, only you will be able to access this particular contact. If you choose Section, for all the seats under your section, this address will be available. Similarly, we can make it applicable to Department and Instance too. If that is to be added only to yourself, then choose Self. Then if VIP, you need to choose it. Name is an essential item. Department or Ministry, either we can type here, or you can choose from the list. It is also required to give the address. There are some more optional items below. We need to give the save. There is one more method by which we can add contact, that is during the diarizing process. Let us go to the diarization screen, Create Receipt. Here on the right hand side, you can give the contact details. Here you can see an option, Add to Address Book. During Dear Rising, if you click this option, that address will be automatically added to the address book. Let us again go back to the address book. So from this contact list, anytime you can edit or remove the contacts. Another option that is available is the creation of a group of addresses. That means you can maintain more than one contacts as a group. For that, first you need to add them to the contact, and then you can choose the contacts that have to be added. Then click the button, Add to Group. It will show the existing group. You can choose the group and then click OK. In case you want to create a new group, then you need to choose the groups from the top menu. Here you can see all the existing group, and there is a button to add group. Also, delete group option is available. Here there is an edit button to rename the name of the existing group. Also, there is a button to remove the group itself. Now let us see how to set some preferences. For that we need to take Settings menu, and from there, choose Preference. Here we can see first one is Alert Settings. Here, while receiving new file, receipt, or dispatch, if you need an alert, here we can set. For example, under File, whenever you receive an electronic file, if you need an alert through SMS or email, we can choose in this manner. If you click both, you will be getting in both the email and the SMS, and if you don't want any alert, you can choose None. So in this manner, you can choose alert separately for file, receipt, and dispatch, that too, for physical and electronic separately. Next one is Correspondence, Draft View Settings. Let us see where this menu appears. Once again, let us open a file. Here on the right hand side, you can see TOC, Table of Correspondences. Here we can see Recent, All, Previous Notes, Migrated Note, Draft List, Draft Document, References in this manner. So by default, what is to be shown on the right hand side screen while opening a file, that is to be set in the preferences. Here in this screen, you can see it is showing the list of the correspondences. Let us go back to the preferences. So by default, if you want to see the list of correspondences, then you can choose TOC. That is what we have seen just now. If you want to show all the correspondences by default, then you can choose. If you want recent on the screen, then you can choose recent. Choose this one. If you want to see the list of draft, if you want to see all the draft, you can click here. That means the content of the draft. If you want to show the previous noting, then you can choose this. If you want to see all the references by default, then choose this one. So based on your preference here, only that item will be shown in that right side section by default. Next is listing view. This is applicable to the inbox. Let us go to the inbox and see. Here two types of view is available, column view and row view. Now we are seeing the column view. Here we can see a button, Switch Inbox View. If you click on that one, the items will be shown as rows. Which view is required by default? That is what we are going to set here. Here we can choose whether you want the row-based view or column-based view. Next one is scope. Let us see the inbox again. Here we can see receipt view section. We can see options like self, section and hierarchy. Which one you want to see by default? That is what we are going to set there. So here you can choose the default scope. Next one is notify for blank noting. Let us open a file. Let us take green note from here. So without writing the notes, let us try to send it. Now, you have got a warning that file contains blank note, so our preference is related to this warning only. Notify for blank noting. If you want the notification while sending a file with the blank note, then you can choose yes, otherwise you can choose no. Next one is PDF viewer. That means when the eOffice show a PDF file opened, whether you want to see it in the browser or the application that is available along with the eOffice, that you want to choose from here. Next one is allow e-sign modes. That means when you e-sign a document without using a DSC Whether you wish to sign by using the OTP or fingerprint, that option you want to choose from here. These are the things available in the preference. Next one is section assignment. Only the user having administrative privilege will be having this option. In that case, there will be a section assignment menu under settings. Sometimes you will have to assign one or more subjects to another section, and sometimes two sections may merge and become one, or some other times one single section may divide into more than one section. In all these situations, the administrator need to move subjects from one section to another. So here the administrator can choose the items in various ways. First, you need to choose the department, and then you have to choose the dealing rights from which seat. Another option is to choose by using computer number, file number or subject, any of these, or you can choose file head or subject category. So the administrator can adopt any of these methods. He can choose any one or more of these options available. Then you want to search by using the search files button. Then all the files that are under these criteria will be listed below. Here again, you need to choose the files that are to be transferred. You can choose all also. And below you can give which department and to which dealing person or dealing seat. Then the submit is required to be pressed. Now let us see how to create user groups, which is different from address group. Address group is for sending the issues only. But this user group is for sending the receipts and file. Receipts. Sometimes we will have to give to more than one seat. So in those cases, instead of choosing one by one, we create a group and choose that group. So let us create a user group first. For that we take user group from setting. Here it will display all the existing user group. If we want to add a new group, you can see down below, create group button. Here you need to choose the scope, whether the group is applicable to your seat or the entire section. You need to give the group name and description. Then press Save button. You can see that the group is created. Now let us see where this user group is applicable. Let us go to Receipts Created. Let us choose a receipt and click Send button. Here you can see that, in the To column, you can give only one user. Note that when we click the CC column, group option is coming up. When your control is in the To column, that group is not shown. As soon as you click the CC column, that group appears there. So if you click on the group, it will show all the groups available. If we choose the group, the copy will be sent to all the users in that group. To add users in the group, let us again choose the user group from settings. Earlier, we have created only the group. We did not add any user into that. Let us click the name of the group. Here we can see an option called Add User down below. Let us click that. So here we can choose department, then section, then if you give search, all the users in that section will be shown. So you can click one or more users, and then click the button, Add User. Now you can see that the user is added to the group. So in this manner, you can add all the required users into this group. Later on, whenever you choose this group, in the CC column, all the users in that particular group will appear there. So you will be able to send that receipt to this group of users. Now let us see another subject, that is quick noting. Let us see where it is applicable. Let us go to the inbox of the file. Let us open one file, and take a green note. Here you can see an option called Quick Noting. This is also available in the yellow note. We can see two options, one standard, and the other user defined. This standard is a part of eOffice, but the user defined, we can define. You have got two options, English, and a local language. So if you want to add more quick noting, how to add that we are going to see. Let us again, take quick noting from settings. Here we can see, all the quick notings, that are added. There is provision for editing, or deleting any of the content. You can see an option below to add quick noting. Let us click it. Here we can choose whether you want English, Hindi or local language. Let's choose English. Let us type the content. If you want to see the translated content while showing this noting, then you can add translated content. This is an optional thing. We can type the corresponding content in your local language. So we have given the content in English, and its corresponding translated content in the local language. Let us press Add. Now let us open the file, and go to Green Note. To add quick noting, let us take quick noting and user defined. Just now we have added in English only, so let us choose English. Now here you can see the quick noting, sample content for training. And you can also see the corresponding local language translation below that. So by seeing the local language content, you can ensure that this is the one that you want to insert. So the translated content is only for your reference. The original content in English will be added to the notes. You can see that the content is appearing in the note. So in this manner, you can add quick noting in your preferred language and use it in your note. So this much to cover in the eOffice training series. I hope that this series was useful to new users of eOffice as well as the existing users. Thanks for watching the episodes.